What is it they say about ducks, Aaron? They can't ever get their backs wet or something like that?
Water off a duck's back, I've heard.
Yeah. We're going to wish we all were like that for the next week, huh?
Yeah. Unless you're like a vegetable, or like a fruit, or like some like plant outside, you're going to love the next week.
Couch potato, does that count?
Yes. Yeah, even better excuse to stay inside. It's a great excuse.
True.
I mean, we got you on that one, but we are going to have rain staying in the forecast. Unfortunately, we've had some clouds and some sun through the day. I mean, it doesn't really matter anymore at this point, frankly, because the sun's not there. But still, if you want to look at stars, there are still some outside, depending on where you are. A lot of people starting to see cloud cover in the middle of the state, and we're going to have more inching in from the southwest here as we go through the day. So it is going to start to get a bit cloudier here. By the time you wake up, we're going to see that. Temperatures outside right now sitting in the 50s and 60s. Really depends on where you are. We're seeing 62 and 63 in Waterville and Bangor. Along the coastline, a bit cooler for many of us. We're seeing temperatures actually dipping down into the 50s instead, getting down into the mid 50s for your low overnight temperature for everyone. Now we have some rain that's stretching up from Canada down through up New York State and then kind of just off into the Atlantic, inching its way ever so slightly closer here from the shows earlier this morning, and it is going to here shortly. It's because the slow pressure system that's going to be sitting over the area and is moving across the states right now. As we get that, we're going to get some rain back in the forecast, and then we're going to be stuck in a generally rainy pattern here. This is going to be a trough that's going over the area here. With that, just snapping back into where we were last week. So we had the cloudy days that just had like a little couple peaks of sunshine, then also had showers randomly through your day. That's this. That's what's going to start to happen here in a couple days. That's going to be for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We're really going to round out the work week with just generally rainy weather back in the forecast. So umbrella weather, we just want to have it on hand just in case it pops up on you. Otherwise, as we get into your day tomorrow, we have better chance for some heavy downpours coming through. Not the whole time, but this will start early tomorrow morning for southern Maine. As that inches its way across the state, by the morning and by about lunchtime, we'll still see this sticking on the western half of the state. Northern and eastern Maine really not getting anything until a little bit later. Now, some models are trying to show everything staying a little bit drier in eastern Maine, where you might actually get out of a good portion of the rain. I still think you'll see some showers out there. This just isn't showing it on this model at this point in time. Otherwise, rain totals do show it will be quite a bit less over if you're in the eastern half of the state. You're expecting just over nothing for your rain totals. A little bit higher if you're along the border with New Hampshire, but overall, maybe about half an inch less for many as this moves through the area. The next thing we want to talk about is temperatures. As we round out the end of the month down to the 26th of June, we're going to be staying cooler than average. So if you really want that hot heat back, this is not looking very helpful for that. We usually would be right around 75 to 78 degrees, so we should stay just a tiny bit cooler than that. But overall, I mean, we're getting to nicer weather eventually here at some point. It's just not really happening in this forecast right here. The weekend's looking pretty good though. We're going to see Saturday and Sunday, have some more sunshine coming back out. You could see a stray little storm on Saturday, but for the most part, we're going to start to see it rounding down. Like I said, tomorrow's the day where we have the best chance for rain. After that, it's just that like weird random possibility of a sprinkle throughout the day, especially as we get into the afternoon. So back to last week.
Yeah, and interesting timing as most schools are kind of getting ready to get out, and it's not really feeling quite like summer.
No, we'll get there. We'll get there.
At least Father's Day looks good.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Thanks, Aaron.